Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we're going to be talking about Paine, who's going to be getting a rework, her FR and her BT weapon. Now, we're going to be going pretty in-depth with Paine because there was a lot to her kit which may confuse some newer players, but to any veteran players, you guys more than likely have a pretty good idea as to how her kit works. She is a very positional character depending on where you place her on the team, and because of that, the results that you get out of Paine, whether it be supportive, whether it be a negative effects on the enemy, or a mix of both, will equal some pretty interesting results, and Paine can be used in many different ways. She is a really good character in my opinion, and we're gonna talk about her and as to why you should consider pulling for her because of what her kit does. But we're gonna get into all of that in this video, so do let me know what your plans are going to be down in the comment section below. If you're going to be pulling for Paine's kit or if you're going to be holding off, let me know down in the comments. And of course, if you guys do enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for future content. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we'll first look at Paine's rework. So her skill 1 now deals 6 HP attacks with 50% splash 2 times on the last HP attack. Her skill 2 gains 2 uses. It now deals 5 HP attacks with 50% splash after each HP attack. Her EX deals an AoE full HP attack 6 times. Now her LD deals a single target HP attack 8 times with 80% splash 2 times on the last HP attack. Her overhead adds the following: a 20% HP damage up, 50% stolen brave damage up. Now depending on what position Paine is, whether she be on the center or if she is on the far left, will determine the percentage of the following changes. So it adds party buff effects based on teammates to the right of Paine. So whenever you are dealing a brave hit, it increases brave by 2% of max brave per hit per buff icon level on her overhead. So if she is on the center, then it will be a max of 5, so you will be getting an increase of 10%. If she is on the far left, then you will be getting a 20% increase in the brave based on the 20% of the max brave per hit. The party will be getting a stolen brave damage up by 5% per buff icon level, so 25% if she is on the center and 50% if she is on the far left. Now whenever Paine is in the center and or on the far right, it adds enemy debuff effects based on teammates to the left of Paine. So all enemies brave poison by 10% of initial brave per debuff icon level on her overhead. So she is in the center, then she will be affecting them by 50%, and if she is on the far right, then she will be affecting them by 100%. And then all enemies HP damage down by 4% per debuff icon level on her overhead. So if she is on the center, she will be affecting them with a 20%, and if she is on the far right, then she will be affecting the enemies with a 40%. Now with Dark Knight Cecil as her partner, Paine's FR cleanses all debuffs from the party, dispels all buffs from enemies, then deals an AoE split HP attack 4 times that inflicts the status break debuff on all targets for 5 turns. Her FR conditions are as follows: a 20% increase whenever a teammate attacks an enemy afflicted with the status break debuff, a 30% increase whenever a teammate's turn passes with a leveled buff or a special effect, and a 30% increase whenever the total party buffs or total enemy debuffs is greater than or equal to 10. And I know there's a typo right there. Now, with Paine's BT effect, which lasts for 8 turns, provides the following. Paine and allies to her left that attack an enemy inflicts the silence debuff to all enemies for 1 turn, and extends it by 1 turn if it is already inflicted. During every teammate and enemy's turn based on the number of allies to her left, so if she will be placed on the far right or on the center, then the enemies will get hit with an HP poison based on own attack. So if there is 1 ally to her left, then they will be effective with a 500% HP poison. Whenever there are 2 allies to her left, which includes herself and somebody else, it'll be 1000%. And then if she is on the far right and there are 2 allies to her left, then she will be affecting the enemies with a 1500% HP poison based on her attack stat. Now, Paine and allies to her right, whenever attacking an enemy, it grants 1 level of Accelerate with a max levels of 9. Whenever it reaches 3 levels, it grants instant turn rate and consumes 3 levels. Now, this effect remains active as long as the BT effect is active, and the way to increase it is to pretty much act. It also provides the party with a 50% party brave damage up, 30% party HP damage cap up. All enemies will be getting will be inflicted with a 50% brave damage resist down and a 20% HP damage resist down. So let's talk about whether or not you should pull for Paine in the upcoming banners. Now, like I said, there is a lot to talk about with Paine, and with Paine, I do feel like she is a very strong support and or a debuffer. Now, when it comes to her support, depending on what side that you have her on, whether it be on the middle or if you have her on the far left, she will be hitting the party with an increase on brave damage when it comes to brave gain, stolen, and gain max brave overflow, and stolen brave damage up. Not only that, but with her BT effect, it does grant that buff, which allows it so that whenever you are at 3 stacks or higher, the character does grant themselves with instant turn rate, which can actually be a pretty beneficial thing. But at the same time, depending on the timing for that buff, or I guess depending on the timing on the buff and the character itself that you are trying to, let's say, spam FR Echo, then it could be a good thing, but at the same time, it could be a bad thing. It just depends on like how you're trying to set up, how quickly you're trying to set up, what you are trying to set up, so on and so forth. There's a whole lot to it. So when it comes to support, when it comes to the party auras that Paine is able to provide, she provides a good amount of stuff. Now, when it comes to affecting the enemies, I personally enjoy the fact that she does affect the enemies in a negative way. When it comes to decreasing the amount of brave damage that they deal, decreasing their own brave gains, decreasing the HP damage resist down, so we'll be able to hit them harder, and the HP damage down as well onto the enemies, which is nice. Even outside of the BT effect, she does inflict the enemies with a good amount of debuff auras. When it comes to her status break, it affects the enemy with initial brave down, max brave down, attack, defense, and speed down. And then when you take a look at her wing power buff, it does affect the enemies by inflicting them with even more attack, defense, speed, initial brave down, and max brave down. So when it comes to like debuffs and everything, or when it comes to like debuff effects onto the enemy, yeah, she is very potent when it comes to all of that. And I'm not gonna go through all of the percentages. Like, you can check out the City of Companion where they provide every single thing you need to know about Paine. The other thing about Paine with her BT effect is going to be the fact that she does inflict HP silence, which can actually be a very convenient thing to have, especially if you know that the enemies are HP happy. They want to attack you, they want to bring you down. Then having Paine on the team, whether it be on the center or on the far right, will make sure that you are guaranteed to not get hit with those attacks. And then of course with the HP poison, sadly it does not scale with the FR, which I mean, I guess nowadays when it comes to HP poison, wherever it is that it comes from, it just seems like Square is not going to allow us to scale with the HP when it comes to the HP poison, which is a bummer. But I mean, it's just going to be additional damage that the enemies are going to be inflicted with. So like, you know, it's something. It's additional add-ons that they gave to Paine, which I can appreciate. Now, when it comes to myself, how I use Paine, most of the time I tend to have her on the center because like I want to have a mix of those negative debuff effects onto the enemy. I want to also gain support out of Paine. I want to take advantage of the HP poison. I want to take advantage of of the buff, excuse me. of the buffs, or the BT buff that she provides to her team, so that way whenever I am going to go ahead and start spamming FR Echo to build up the HP damage bonus, I am able to do it much faster. I will be gaining more turns with that, and it'll allow me to speed up the fight and just, you know, just straight up destroy the enemies. Like overall, like the thing about Paine is like depending on how you are going to use her, like there are many pros when it comes to her kit. There are a few little cons, but I don't really think it's like cons that I feel like it's like necessary to really talk about, because they are very tiny. Like Paine has little to no cons whenever it comes to her kit, which is why I really enjoy using her as a character. Now she can't fit in a lot of team comps, like I said, like depending on how you are going to use Paine, whether it be afflicting the whether it be like negative for the enemy or supportive for your team. Like there are many ways to use Paine, and like she fits in a lot of team comps. Her FR conditions, they are very easy to meet. Literally, Paine is able to, like, if you are playing around Paine's kit, then you are going to meet all of those FR conditions. So you are roughly going to get between like 80 to 90% in the HP damage bonus, which is great. Like her conditions are super easy to meet so long as you are playing around her, which I mean, it's not very hard to do. Like when it comes to like the debuffs and everything, so long as you're inflicting debuffs onto the enemy, you'll be able to get those stacks on her debuff icon on her overhead. You're gonna get them maxed out very quickly, and the same goes for the party, or not party ores, but for the party buffs. Like just use call abilities if you need to, so that way you can get the maximum levels on her buff icon. So that's super easy to meet. And then overall, in general, what do I think about Paine? Is Paine worth pulling for? In my opinion, I honestly, genuinely think that she is definitely worth pulling for. Depending on how you are going to use her, depending if you see yourself using Paine to be able to add to any additional support that you are already granting to the team, or if you want to affect the enemies with debuff effects, then like Paine is a very good support and or debuff character to have in your roster of characters, in your team comps, so on and so forth. Like if you have been following me for quite a while now, you already know that in a lot of my JP team comps, my JP runs, like I tend to use Paine a very good amount, and that is because of like everything that she does, and that her damage output is so much stronger. And I do feel like she still is very much viable to this day on JP, just because of like everything that she does offer with her kit. So I feel like Paine is definitely worth chasing for. Definitely grab that BT if you feel like you don't have enough resources to grab her FR, or if you're going to be relying on somebody else's FR, then I would say the BT is definitely the bigger priority. But hey, with every character nowadays getting FR Echo, like I do feel like getting her FR is also a priority, but definitely the BT is a much bigger priority that you want to make sure that you get before anything else. So Paine is definitely worth pulling for, in my opinion, unless you feel comfortable with some of like the recent support characters that we have had as of late. Like take example, like if you got like Aerith, if you pulled for Quina, etc, and if you feel comfortable enough where you don't need the effects that Paine offers, then I would say you can hold off on pulling for her. So other than that though, guys, that's pretty much going to be it for the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What I plan on doing at some point this weekend is I am probably going to upload gameplay showing off how Paine actually works with like some of the characters that Global has currently, that JP already had for a couple months, that has not gotten any type of changes. Like take example like Kurosami and Sid Reigns. Like I'm gonna do like a gameplay to like show off like how Paine operates, and I'm gonna add some commentary to that as well, so you get a general idea as to like how she works for any newer players especially. So but anyways though, that's gonna be it for the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.